be balanced in life. One, let there not be the laziness of not doing our sadhana. Let there always be the doing sadhana with a responsibility. Let there always be the sadhana done with responsibility, but with added inspiration. Somehow we have to get that inspiration from within, motivated by the outer sources once in a while. While doing all that, again, not to derail, we have to be consciously aware about our own ego. Ego is a funny thing. It justifies not doing also. It feels arrogant of doing also. And that is what again derails us from the track. So, not doing is not good, doing is good. Doing with inspiration is very, very good. While doing all that, feeling arrogant or egoistic of doing is again very bad. In this way, every day, from the morning till night, with full awareness, what for we have come, keeping that in mind, to achieve that what to do, keeping that in mind, knowing every moment exactly what to do, we have to engage. Bringing us to that level of full understanding and full awareness is the goal and aim of all satsangas and all shastras. Once we are very clear in this way of every moment what to do and to achieve what, the job of the guru, the job of the shastra is over. So it's our job, having known fully well, every moment we are spending only in doing that due thing to reach to our clearly understood goal. And goal cannot be anything other than the spiritual final point reaching of our own self, which is the self of the whole universe. May we all be blessed by all the Rishi Parampara, Guru Parampara, all our Ishta Devata, Shruti Mata in this regard, so that we never falter anywhere, even a little also, till we reach our beautiful, pristine destination. Today also, let us invoke the blessings to do all our 6 classes. Now, the chanting of Namo Brahmane, then Taittiriya Upanishad with Adi Shankara Bhashyam, then Yoga Darshanam with Vyasa Bhashyam, Mundaka Upanishad with again Adi Shankara Bhashyam, Gita for the youth, evening Dwadasha Skandham, beautiful. What's further? What is Suta Mahamuni's teachings? Then in the 10th Skandha, how Balarama Krishna, again their marriages today. Thereafter, lastly, Adhyatma Ramayanam, how the Sampati narrates his story and in that tells the great knowledge given to him by the Rishi Chandra. We will have our Ashtottaram. So beautifully our day is set by the Lord. Doing these things with full involvement, with full commitment, is what our effort should be, with the possibilities that we can. Without, again, as we just now said, regrets or guilts, nor with arrogances, but with duty oriented, responsibility oriented, inspired way, we do the maximum. All this intellectual knowledge becomes practically doable when the instruments with which we do all these are also maintained perfectly. So let us keep that also in our mind. Do only those things by which our body is healthy, fit. Do only those things by which our prana shakti and indriyas are perfect. Let us be involved in those things and avoid all which distracts our mind, pollutes our mind, or makes our mind by any means miserable or dull or sad. All of them are antarayas for the sadhana. See, dukkha, daurmanasya, angamejayatva, shvasa, prasvasa, vikshepa sahabhavaha, te antarayaha. We have seen, the vyadhi, sthana, samshaya, then alabdhamumikatva, anavasthitatva, pramada, alasya. All those are the antarayas for adhyatmika sadhanas. So minding them also till we get onto the track. Now we have come onto the track of being regular to the class. First achievement. Second will be the track of clearly knowing what the goal to reach. Third will be the track of how we have to step by step reach to. Fourth track is we are very, very perfect in our maintaining our entire personality. There are two things, one which are useful for sadhana, mainly the mana buddhi, the other things, body, prana, senses. They are not required for the sadhana, but if they are not maintained healthy, they become obstacles for sadhana. Like the children, they never help us in anything, but they have to be maintained. Otherwise, they will be nagging and troubling us in doing our daily routine. सो देयरफॉर शरीर का तो आध्यात्मिक साधना में एक स्थायी तक ही उपयोगिता है, प्राण और इंद्रियों का. Because the Adhyatmic sadhana, especially of Vedanta and all, they're all related to the mind and intellect and beyond. So these three instruments need to be managed so that they don't trouble us, they don't disturb us. That's it. A healthy body, a healthy prana shakti, a good indriyas. They can be no more a liability. They don't trouble us. They don't pull our mind and intellect's attention towards them to distract our sadhana if they are properly maintained. So, knowing all these things thoroughly and then embarking on our own sadhana secretly, silently within ourselves, keeping in our heart our Guru, our Bhagavan, continuously praying to them to help us at every moment, from falling down also and also to rise above. When we do that, then what we have to do, we are doing the best. Rest is Ishvara Krupa. Let us start with Namo Brahmane chanting 11 times. Today also, tomorrow, day after we will change. ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. While chanting this, try to be in the present. Utter the mantras. Don't worry if any swara spelling mistakes are there. Never mind. But also remember, this is a prayer in which we are doing namaskara to the Brahmadeva, the Hiranyagarbha, also Agni Deva, Prithvi Mata, Oshadhi, Vagdevi, and Brahaspati Deva, and Mahavishnu. Each one of them are there to help us in giving the strengths required things to our all faculties. So too they are the ones who make the outer world also convenient for our sadhana. So knowing this, just as much attention as possible to the meaning, as much as the bhavana possible bring in that short time of chanting only. When we do, we are on the track. Remember, in throughout life, in many things, once the thing is known, there is nothing to be thought about or worried. It is only the doing thereafter. The only three things: listening, point one; thinking, point two; knowing, point three; then doing. While doing, according to knowing, there should not be involvement again of the thinking, which is again manorajya. I have already thought, I understood what to do. Once I have understood or known, let me do. Why there is any more to think? So I am chanting Veda mantra. I have known the meaning of the mantra after thinking, listening from. When I thought, I understood. It is the mantra, Veda mantra. Millions of saints, sages have chanted it from the time immemorial and are blessed by these Adhisthana Devatas. In this mantra, these are the Devatas whose grace is invoked for the convenience of our Adhyatmika sadhana. So thinking is over, knowing is over. Now doing. Just do the chanting. Do contemplate on the meaning. Do feel the meaning. That's it. Contemplation भी नहीं चाहिए meaning का. Meaning पता चल गया. Become aware of the meaning. Start. ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ भवयेव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्रीवेदव्यासवैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्याद्यशङ्करादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमादो अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः समस्तशास्त्रज्ञानानां साम्प्रदायानाम् अवताराणां ऋषिपरम्परायाः च पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण समस्त विश्वव्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व अध्यात्म प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति कल्याण एकता सामरस्यता सुख शांति प्राप्त्यर्थं तत्कृतकङ्कणबद्ध समस्त साधक भक्त सेवकानाम् उपासकानां धर्म संस्थापकानां च अस्माकं सह आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्यादि श्रद्धाभक्त्यादि समस्त सत्संपदा साधना सामर्थ्य शक्तीनाम् अवाप्ति द्वारा विघ्नशत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं च श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकराचार्य भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचयिनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेत तद्वक्तारमावेत आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ले। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ सप्तमोऽनुवाकः। ॐ असद्वा इदमग्र आसीत् ततो वै सदजायत तदात्मानग्गः स्वयमकुरुत तस्मात् तत् सुकृतमुच्यत इदे यद्वै तत् सुकृतं रसो वै सः रसगह्येवायं लब्ध्वानन्दी भवति को ह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्येवानन्दयाति यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन् दृश्येनात्म्ये निरुक्ते निलयने भयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अथ सोऽभयं गतो भवते यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्नुदरमन्तरं कुरुते अथ तस्य भयं भवते तत्त्वेव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Friends, Veda mantras are not just mere poetry. They are not an enchantment things of some feelings that we are chanting the mantras. They are the mantras whose word meaning, then bhashya meaning should be known, and then one have to deeply contemplate, because They are the mantras which reach us to the ultimate truth, the reality, having gained which we transcend all limitations and bondages. The only occupation in life should be that Vedanta Vakyeshu Sada Ramantaha, always doing the Ramanam in the Vedanta Vakya Vicharana. First of all, we have to come to the life of Vicharana level, that is Vijnanamaya Kosha. That Vijnanamaya Kosha for some time should do the thinking about the Jagat and its bondage Mithyatva, and then establishing Viveka Vairagya. Then with Vicharana only for the sake of purification of Antakarana for sufficient period of time, consciously with full attempt we have to do the Yoga Sadhana and Bhakti Sadhana. Then with Vicharana only of the Buddhi, we must go to the Guru, serve the Guru, please the Guru. Then with Vicharana only, when the Guru gives occasion, opportunity, ask him only one thing. That thing having known which, gained which, nothing remains to be known or gained. When these preparations we are thoroughly prepared in and go to the Guru and Satsanga, Guru through the Upanishadic Jnanam, he talks to us about that which we asked, the one single truth right from beginning with maximum details. Every of the details given by the Guru. Some of them may be known to us, some of them appear to be not required. None of these minds, emotions, or intellect's arrogances should come. Whatever Guru is teaching, we have to try to grasp every one of them because he has a purpose of telling every one of them. Sequentially, step by step, only the Guru is developing us. Never without allowing the ego, the mind to play its role, of finding any faults or finding any of the nonsense by which what Guru is saying, even an iota also we are not liking or not receiving. Never allow that. Then slowly, with all the upasanas as taught in this Taittiriya, when we go through, then we get fully prepared as if by the end of first Valli, then in the second Valli, the very Guru himself will give the ultimate Brahma Vida Apnoti, the Sutra Vakyam, and the entire Valli will be explaining the Sutra Vakya's Artha Nirdharana and how to realize it, where it has to be realized. Now you can see how systematically all our Shastras guide the serious, sincere seeker. Now we have come up to the sixth Anuvaka, how beautifully it has explained to us how we have to believe the existence of Paramatma, then only we will become Purushartha Sambandhi and do the due Purushartha to reach that Paramatma. Exhaustive, beautiful was that sixth Anuvaka, which has told us how from the Paramatma entire world has come and how he has entered there without entering, yet to become available for us, he is there in the Hridaya Guha. How to achieve them? In the four steps, how to achieve him? In those four steps, that also is being indicated in that most enchanting, very nicely studied sixth Anuvaka. Equally beautiful is the seventh one, which we are one by one studying and repeatedly studying from last around 10 days or so. Now we have come to the last step of this seventh Anuvaka also. The first round we have gone through, second, third, fourth. When we go through, then the meaning and its importance in our meditation will be realized by us. Thereafter, other than holding on to Upanishad mantras and their meaning, nothing will be appealing to us because they are the only ones which take us to the truth. So, if we just go through Om Asadva Idam Agre Asit. Before the creation came, the non-manifested creation level of Parabrahman alone was there. Tato Vaisadajayata. From him, the whole world got manifested. Tad Atmanaggas Swayam Akuruta. He himself only made appear in the form of this world. How? By manifesting the unmanifest Rupanama. See, each one of them, the more number of times be attentive. We repeat these things. Then only the world is independent of Brahman. This wrong notion will be replaced by the world has come from Brahman. The world is being permeated by Brahman. Other than Brahman, there is nothing in the world is understood. Then only the value given to Rupanama Adi go away. Then only the Rupanama value ke karana, whatever the vasanas, the desires we have, all of them go away. Surprisingly, when they go away, we find a surprise. Without them also we can live. In fact, without them we have to live. We have to live only with Brahman and without everything else. The same desire, same projection mind, without which we were not living even a moment. Through this process, when we come up to this level of accepting everything as Brahman, all those desires will fade away. Then we discover that they are not required. Then the only desire is that Brahman about which we are now talking. He alone is there, everything is Him. How to discover Him, where to discover Him. This is how it is told to us, is in our own heart. Already explained in sixth Anuvaka. In the seventh one, then Brahma Hridaya Kuhare Asti iti again and again established. While establishing it only, how the Brahman himself expresses as different experiences, that also has been indicated. So every experience indicates the presence of Brahman. So the Brahman himself was there. The manifest world got manifested from him. He alone as a substratum is there in and through all of them as long as they are there. Then it is Brahma Paramatma's beauty of creation that the whole world is in front of us, helping us to do sadhana. Tasma tat sukruta muchyata iti. And this sukruta Brahman alone is the cause for the rasa. Because therefore he alone is raso vai saha. And this Rasayukta Brahma, when we are gaining him, then only Anandi Bhavat. Be attentive 2 times. Before realizing Brahman, when we are in the world, eking out happiness in the objects through the sense organs, etc., that because of presence of Brahman only, even that Ananda also is gained. But that is conditional, that is temporary, that is fading away. So the unconditional, permanent, never going away, Ananda, if you want, that also is said in the same sentence, Rasam hieva aham labdva anandi bhavati. Rasaswarupa, this Brahma, when we obtain as our own self, then only the imperishable, permanent, unconditional, non-dependent Ananda will come to us. We become that Anandi. Then kohi eva anyat kaha pranyat yadesha akasha anandaha nasyat. This is the most powerful thing in spirituality we have to come to. From the first stage of I am real, my faculties are real, world is real of names and forms. In the world I am involving in karma and I am getting karma phala. That is giving me sukha. From this most ignorant delusion level, we have to come to the correct understanding level, and that understanding should be conviction. What is that? Without the presence of Brahman, even pranana, anana, kriya also are not possible. Inhale, exhale. Without inhaling, exhaling, how can the life be possible? Without the possibility of life, how the faculties can function? Without functioning of the faculties, how your own so-called karma and karma phala of the world can be gained? Is it not? This is one level. Second level is what? It is because of him we are working. It is for the sake of him only we are working. We means all our faculties. Same thing when it is not understood in the Vedantic way. Kohi eva anyat kapranyat yadesha akasha anandonasya. Same thing is brought to our notice through the devotional language. That is the presence of Lord Rama or Krishna or Shiva, because of which everything is moving and everything is doing their seva to that Narayana only. In devotional language, it is said like that. The Surya is rising and setting, the sun, moon is rising, setting, the winds are blowing, the rivers are flowing, the birds are flying, all of them are for the sake of Narayana only. You understand? The bhauren ka gunjana kaho, the birds ka chirping kaho, whatever is happening, they are all happening for the Narayana. In the devotional language, it will be told. Once we little bit come into the faith of it and are qualified, then in the Vedantic way we are told. What are told? In the presence of Brahman only all faculties are working. Second is, they are all working for the Brahman only. What is the meaning of working for Brahman? Only to prove to us, bring to our cognition the presence of Brahman. Thereafter, the same faculties tell us, you transcend us to get established in the Brahman. Actually, we should do the transcending of those upadhis and then discover oneness with that Brahman. In this way, our journey concludes. Our destination is reached. So, kohi eva anyat kaha pranyat. What it means? At every moment of inhaling and exhaling, through the inhaling and exhaling, when you get energy, using energy through the faculties, when we live in the world outside, we are a pakka 100% deluded, ignorant samsari. On the other hand, at every moment of inhaling and exhaling, we transcend inhaling, exhaling consciously and become aware of that conscious self in whose presence this is happening, then we are highest level of sadhakas. So to every level of perception of the faculties, when we are lost in the perceptions, taking them as bhogavastus, then we are utterly ignorant, deluded samsari. On the other hand, when every perception is happening of the forms through the eyes, of the sounds through the ears, every movement, who is the one because of whose presence these things are happening. In that way, when we can reach out to the Paramatma through all the faculties by transcending them at the time of experiencing them, then we have understood Vedanta. We are true, serious, sincere, matured sadhakas. In this way, transcendentally, we are in Brahman. Imminently also, wherever we have to do anything, the doing is happening with 1 or 2% of our attention taken. The remaining 98% is we are aware of the presence of that Lord because of whom even these faculties are working. Once that work is over, again back to the self. This is how the great Jnanis, Siddha Purushas live always in the eternal self. It is so soothing, so calm and quiet, so infinitely blissful, absolute, that they don't even feel like coming a little bit even down also from that. As one goes to that enchanting Himalayan mountains and that snow-clad places and the beautiful forest around, the peace there, the flowing of river so slowly, we never feel like coming to this, this very concrete jungle of so much of noises and pollutions. In the same way, at the Upadhi level, there is nothing but the noise, clamorous, and pollution of all dirt. Transcend this, be with the self inside. It is as serene and peaceful and blissful as in those beautiful divine Himalayan ranges. Nobody feels like coming down once one tastes that beauty. We have to aim at that. Come what may. None ever, nobody ever, no thought ever, no action or happening ever distract us from this goal. They should be our always to be entertained thought. And in this doing, who is there to help us? Only our gurus, our own Shastra. Beyond that, others will only neutralize things. Therefore, they are all called Dussanga. Don't enter there. And we only in our mind, when we are not inspired to be with the truth all the time, that we allow the mind to project some thought because of which our faculties go into the world, and when they go there, they find some pleasure, enchantment, and that it sticks there. So we in the mind when we are clear that no, I will not go anywhere. I'll be always with my Lord in my heart. Lord. In that way we ourselves prepare and spend the whole day that way. While sleeping again decide. Next day also we are with my own self inside. Day in and day out when we are always with the self, not allowing anything to distract us, then the purity, the subtlety, the deeper introvertedness, then the transcendence of all the upadhis, then the touching of the core which cannot be explained in any words, that starts happening as it happened to everyone from the beginning of creation to millions of them, whoever have tried their best, whoever have executed all the plans, whoever have fully obeyed the disciplines or the instructions of the Guru and the Shastra. So kohi eva anyat kaha pranyat yadesha akasha anando nahasyatu. And the most beautiful thing is Esha hi eva anandayati. Esha Brahma eva anandayati. That yati is Chandasam Dairghyam. The Dirgha word is in the Vedic way. You have to, in our modern Sanskrit language भाषा में उसको छोटा करना है करके आनंदयाति should be chanted as आनंदयति. So Esha hi eva anandayati means this Brahman alone is making anybody happy, whether it is human or non-human, any of the plants, animals, whoever are happy with whatever they are getting. That happiness is from the Brahma alone. But every happiness is conditional because of the upadhis. Therefore, डायरेक्टली अनकंडीशनल ब्रह्म को पकड़कर वो आनंद को पाने का ओनली ह्यूमन बीइंग्स वी हैव द चांस एंड वी हैव द गुरुज वी हैव द शास्त्रास टू लिसन टू एंड वंस वी डू दैट डायरेक्ट आनंद अनुभूति वी कैन गेट दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ एष एव आनंद यदति देयरफॉर इफ यू हैव डिसाइडेड then the lakshanas of the Brahman are told, then we are told to find our oneness with him. Either say I am that and refuse every other identity, or search for that self within which satisfies these four indicative definitions. And the sign of reaching it is what? We are one without second. Because of that one without second experience, there is fearlessness. So the fearlessness is the sign, ultimate sign of being one with Brahman. That is what exhaustively yesterday, day before, we were studying. Yadahi eva eshaha etasmin adrushye anatmye anirukte anilayane abhayam pratishtam vindate. So there the dairghyam को तो हमको शॉर्ट करना है, इधर शॉर्ट को दैर्घ्यम करना है. So abhayam pratishtam vindate is a Upanishad mantra. We have to make it as abhayam pratishtam. Okay, abhayam pratishtam vindate means what? Fearlessly go near to the self. Fearlessly, unhesitatingly, without any inhibition, without any doubt, with all willingness, just like the river goes near to the ocean and jumps itself into the ocean. In that way, we have to enter into that Brahma Vastu. That is the meaning of abhayam pratishtam yada vindate. When through the sadhanas of this contemplation only, in which Anvaya Vyatireka is done extensively, then that in the Vyatireka sadhana, the Jivadi Bhava thrown away, in the Anvaya sadhana, that Anirukta Anilayana Paramatma is me only, Adrushya Anatmya Anirukta Anilayana, or Satyam Jnanamanantam, or Adresham Agrahyam, or Nanta Pragnam. Any of the mantra is equally helpful, equally sufficient for us to enter into that Brahma Tattva. So, yada hi eva esha etasmin adrushyanatmaniruktanulene abhayam pratishtam vindate. Fearlessly we merge in that. Like, whenever we go to any hotel or anywhere, fearlessly we enter. Hesitation, fear hai, so we don't enter. Having entered, again, whichever the table is allotted or looked by, which is empty, fearlessly we go and sit. Then fearlessly we call, hesitant, without hesitation, the bearer. Then fearlessly we order. So what's happening there? There is tentativeness conquered by the fearlessness and action executed. Then we order, then they give the food, there is hesitation with inquisitiveness. We eat again slowly, fearlessly. Then the bill comes, we pay, we come back. Everywhere, all the time, as we are preparing ourselves, even in this final step also, in identifying with that Brahman, whose lakshanas are understood to be Satyam Jnanam Anantam, or Adrushye, Anatme, Anirukte, Anilayane. Now, these are the indicative definitions. Through them, through contemplation, we reach in our identity with that object or that subject or that self, which cannot be explained in any way, it can only be experienced. So, Adrishya means Vikara Rahita, Anatma means Panchakosha Atita, Anirukta means cannot be conceptualized by intellect or spoken by the mouth. Anilayane means which is not limited by any Deshakala Parimiti. That self inside us, contemplating and reaching. Adrishye, Anatme, Anirukte, Anilayane. In that Brahman. Abhayam Pratishtam Vindate means what? Slowly, slowly, I am that, I am not this. I am that, I am not this. Say it so much that that becomes this becomes that. In such a manner, this Brahman I am, that Jiva Deha I am not. This Brahman I am, that Jiva I am not. That Deha. In this way, Abhayam Pratishta Vindate means when we fully find ourselves Pratishtita in that Anubhuti. Be attentive. Pratishtita in that. Pratishtha is more important word. It's always Atma Pratishtha and Brahma Pratishtha. Atma Anubhuti in glimpses comes by the grace of God, Guru also, even if we don't do sadhana. Like Lord Krishna gave to Arjuna the Vishwarupa Darshana. That is his grace. But Arjuna will have to find on his own meditational seat the whole universe to be permeated by the Hiranyagarbha Krishna, and in whom the entire world is there. He'll have to work out. But for giving him that faith, etc., Bhagavan showed that. Having seen that Arjuna, no doubt what is Krishna is God only, whatever he says is in the interest of me only. Therefore, added to the intellectual knowledge, he got faith also with this. Then he did the job to be done. But he had to work by himself later on to visualize that Vishwarupa in him, or even transcend it and see one without second Brahman. In the same way, in our life also, it is we who have to willingly get into that pratishtha. Intellectual conviction wala pratishtha, pratishtha in daily practice. Slowly when the glimpses start coming, intensely, vigorously doing that sadhana to enter into that pratishtha. Be attentive it is. सो दैट अनुभूति का प्रतिष्ठा, उससे पहले अनुभूति पाने के प्रयत्न का प्रतिष्ठा, उससे पहले यही पाना है, इससे अलावा बाकी सब बंधन है, इस तरह के ज्ञान में प्रतिष्ठा. बिफोर दैट रेगुलर टू द उपनिषद क्लास, दैट प्रतिष्ठा, on time, listening carefully. These are all required. This is how the Guru Parampara, the Shruti Mata guides us. We have to have that simple minimum common sense of not to miss the classes. Minimum common sense. There is minimum. बच्चों का common sense है कि the Upanishad Vidya to listen that Bhagavan has given an opportunity and grace. By every cost I will attend it. Never I will miss it. That is a LKG wala common sense it is. If we are not successful in that common sense, then we are not deserving anything else. We may deserve the worldly things, but not anything related to the Upanishads, that knowledge, accordingly lifting our inspirational level and pondering deeper, contemplation, self-experience, ये सब के लिए हम लायक नहीं बनेंगे. Even after listening for many years through contemplation, some glimpses come. Without listening, how it will come? Is it not? Therefore, the Nitya Nirantarata of the Swadhyaya or Shravana we have to maintain. Now, up to this we have seen. Yada hi eva etasmin adrusya anatmi anirukti anile abhyam pratishtham indate. So when we that way establish without fear, without hesitation, our oneness in that, when what happens? Because that Brahman is one without second, in him there is no Dvaita. Therefore, the Dvaita creating Bhaya is not there. Therefore, Atha Saha Abhayangataha Bhavat. Then only he will have freedom from all fears of all resources. And every fear comes from what? First, I am other than Brahman. Brahman is infinite, I am finite. Brahman is birthless, deathless, I am birthful, deathful. Brahman is without modification, old age, I am modifiable and old. Brahman is without disease, I become diseased. All these are upadiyukta tadatmya. They all come to me because I identify the upadhi, and that happens to me because I have de-identified with my own Brahma Swarupa. Now identify the Brahma Swarupa, Abhayam Pratishthamindite Kardi. Therefore, all the gunas which we said now, which are appealing or applicable to the upadhi, doesn't come to the Brahman. Therefore, putting all of that together in one word, it is said, Ki abhayam pratishtham vindate. Atasa abhayam gataha bhavati. Gata means experienced. Abhayam gataha bhavati, he becomes experiencer of the fearlessness. So there's no fear of perishability, there's no fear of losing something, there's no fear of misery. So death, deception, misery, fears have gone once for all. So I discover I am eternal, I discover I am the consciousness, I discover I am infinite. Pure existing, conscious, infinite, blissful me. That's an experience. It's not even a thought. See, every experience is beyond thought. Then we bring it to that level to imagine about it, remember it, explain it to others. This experience also beyond the thought. So Abhayam Pratishtam Vindati. Therefore, the highest achievement in life is Abhaya Pratishtha. That's possible only when we merge in Brahman. Therefore, that alone should be the choice in our life. Study of Shastras informs this to us, inspires us in this path, convinces us with all the knowledge of the means and goal, then pushes us into, and when we reach finally, the Shastra certifies you have reached the ultimate. Shastra means the Guru through the Shastra. Shastra doesn't talk to us. Guru talks to us on the basis of Shastra. Thus, single pointedly, without any other agenda in life, project in life, when you keep only this as the goal, then we'll definitely be able to do and also able to reach. Anything other than it is there, then we'll be bound. That is the second paragraph, which also we have seen. Just for the sake of reading through the Bhashya so that you can feel it, I'll go through that. Both the things. यदा हि एव एष एतस्मिन् अदृश्येनात्मे निरुक्ते अभयां प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अथ स अभयङ्गतो भवति अदर्वान् यदा हि एव एष एतस्मिन् उद अरम् अन्तरं कुरुते अथ तस्य भयं भवति एंड द ब्यूटी इज तत्तु एव भयं विदुषः अमन्वानस्य है ना ये अपने आप को विदुष मानता है बट ये विदुष नहीं है बिकॉज ही इज क्रिएटिंग अंतरा बिटवीन हिमसेल्फ एंड द ब्रह्मन therefore he will definitely have bhayam and that bhayam will be from brahman only because there is nothing other than brahman only one thing other than brahman is we establishing our own separation so other than us is brahman therefore any fear coming is from the brahman only therefore if somebody thinks is a deha and he is afraid of the tiger chasing so he is afraid of brahman only because in the form of tiger brahman alone is there इज अफ्रेड ऑफ वाइफ और हस्बैंड एनीबडी किसी से भी डरे और डर ब्रह्म से ही है क्योंकि ब्रह्म के अलावा और कुछ नहीं मैं भी ब्रह्म ही हूँ इफ आई डिस्कवर दैट अभयम प्रतिष्ठा बिंदते अभयंगतो भवति बट आई एम नॉट डूइंग इट आई एम क्रिएटिंग अंतरम कितना इतना सा उत आरम एन अयोटा माइक्रो 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 अंतरम आल्सो इफ वी हैव like between you and me also a micro difference also comes you cannot have same shraddha to listen to me is it not even I also have little of the crack in that feeling I also say thank god thank you for all for 3 years now goodbye no more classes udaram kurute you know see the years and years the effort it takes to create the faith to create the goodwill or the friendship but it takes a one micro incident for a microsecond to break that faith then we are apart once for all this is a mahamaya that is why we have to keep on protecting our shraddha in our guru shastra satsanga paramatma and sadhana and ourselves so here aram antaram kurute even at a micro level, I am not that it comes immediately I become jiva and jiva ka ek hi hai जीवन में dukha and bhayam. Between the two dukkhas and bhayams, that relaxation we consider it as sukha and shanti. Because limited can never be happy. Is it not? Conditioned can never be happy continuously. Temporarily while experiencing some source from happiness, inside though it's always in the fear only. So the beautiful rendering of Bhashyam here, Bhagavan Adi Shankara's, he Sarupa Pratishtaha hi asau yada bhavati. When one becomes pratishtita in his own Swarupa, which is the Atman, which is Brahman, which is Adrushya, Anatma, Anirukta, Anilayana, what happened? Tada na anyat pashyati, na anyat srunoti, na anyat vijanati. In that pratishtha sthiti, he will not see, listen, or even know something as other than him. Because this self, which is discovered as Adrushya and Atma, that alone is all permeating. Again, take the examples. Examples are the only way to make us understand. Once that wave discovers its own Atma, the water, will he see any other wave after it? It cannot. Why? Because every wave is a water only. Therefore, na anya wave shrunoti, na anya wave vijanati, na anya wave pashyati. When this wave discovers itself to the water, it was considering itself as a wave. At that time, for it, millions of waves were there. With some, it got attachment. With some, it is hatred. To some he caused harm, some of them caused harm to him. That was all when we are a jiva upadhi level. But yada hi eva edasmin adrushyanatmyanuktanalene avayam pratishtha mindate, when we get doubtless oneness with him, nanyat pashyati nanyat shrudhati vijanati. Means what? It is a proof. Means what? Bhagavan Adi Shankara or Shruti Mata is saying, कि when the Avaya Pratishtha or the Atma Pratishtha happens, what is the test for it, whether it happened or not? The test is, even though Indriyas are presenting to us the world of multiplicity in the form of colors, sounds, etc., in the form of things and beings, yet this one who established in the Atma will not find any one of them to be other than his own self or Brahman. Therefore, Anyat Navashyati is not, Anyat is not there. Please remember, he doesn't see anything, doesn't mean it is he becomes blind, nor it means that all the things are bulldozed. Be attentive. The Anyat Pashyati means Anyatvam na Pashyati. You will not see. Like, doesn't mean that wave, once it discovers the water, it doesn't see other wave means what? Not that other waves are not there or destroyed, not that the wave has closed his eyes. What is the meaning? It is as I am the Brahman, every wave is Brahman. That way, it sees everything as one self. No more any sense of otherness or separation. Be conscious about it. It is a helpless state of discovering ourselves as everything because that is a fact, that is reality. Helpless, I use a negative word, but to say that positively, that is the beauty of discovering our own self behind anything and being. उसके बाद किसी से भी अन्यत्व का भावना नहीं रहता. That is the only thing we have to achieve in life. Why? Because only from the not self all samsara begins, continues, troubles us. From the self to the self, there is no samsara. So, in my own self, be attentive. When I have not discovered oneness with the universe, then the mind, intellect, ego, they come and play. Then the ego identifies the jiva bhava, the mind, intellect supporting it, maintains the otherness, and does all the things required to make us bound to the limited world. You know, like in present Indian government. Very powerful, therefore, all negative elements are silent. But in the earlier governments, they are not powerful, therefore they were ferocious. So to Atma Jnana is very ferocious, then the Jiva Dehadi Bhava will be mild or removed. If the Atma Bhava is weaker, then the Dehadi Tadatmya and that Kruta Samsara is stronger. At the ultimate level, pinnacle level, when we become one with it, there is nothing called as other than me, even an iota, for me to enter into samsara. Just like an ignorant says, what to do? I am not able to find Brahman. I am finding myself as Jiva Deha and others also. I am not able to avoid Ragadvesha and Samsara, an ignorant person's helplessness. So to a one who has established in himself, his helplessness also is this. Yes, I also want to fight. I also want to have Ragadvesha and Kama Krodha. But what to do to have all these things? There must be something other than me. But there is nothing other than me I am finding. I alone am there. How can I hate me? How can I like me? How can I fight with me? Are impossible, no? That is the stage you have to reach to. चाहते हुए भी संसार नहीं बनना. अब क्या है? चाहते हुए भी संसार नहीं छूट रहा है. Because we have not studied the Upanishads deeply, nor contemplated, nor reached to the core of our true self. Only through Vedanta we reach it. So he says here, therefore, Sarupa Pratishto hi aso yada bhavati, when the sadhaka establishes in his identity with his essential self, tada na anyat pashyati, na anyat shrunoti, na anyat vijanati. They are all litmus tests. Like no, in the club of Indians in the American country, there is nobody anyat. Suddenly a flower supplier or food supplier or cameraman comes, who is of the foreign national. Immediately Anyat has come. Is it not? The parameter of oneness was the nationality India at that time. Is it not? Suddenly somebody came, Are dusra hai re banda. In the same way, when I am a Upadhi Yukta Jiva, others are other to me. Nirupadhika Brahma, when I reach, there is nobody foreigner. There is nobody Nara, there is no Vanara, there is no foreigner. Everyone is one Brahman. Then, important thing is what? Anyasya hi anyata bhayam bhavat. For someone, is there a fear when somebody is other than him. Now, Atmanaha eva Atmanaha bhayam yuktam. You can never have fear from your own self to yourself. Tasmat. Therefore, now the twisting point is Atma eva Atmana abhaya karanam. The self alone is the cause of fearlessness to the self. How? Because of becoming one with it. Therefore, sarvatohi nirbhayaha brahmanaha drishyante satsu bhaya hetushu. All the Brahmanas, in spite of all the frightening situations, yet they are not afraid because those Brahmanas are established in Brahma Vastu. Therefore, for them, though the frightening situations are around, yet the Nirbhayata is there because of the Brahman. Therefore, Brahman is the real Hetu for Nirbhayata. Therefore, in the Brahmanas, the Nirbhayata ka Hetu, their Brahma Anubhuti, that proves existence of Brahman. Okay. Satsu bhayatešu bhayahetešu sarvatahi nirbhaya brahmanaha drishyante. Tacha ayuktam asadi bhayatrane brahmani. So in them, the bhaya removal Brahma experience is not there. It is impossible for them not to get frightened. Tasmat, tesham ave darshanat. Therefore, because we are seeing the fearlessness in him and they have experienced the Brahman, therefore, the karana for the fearlessness in them is Brahman. Therefore, that Brahman which is the cause of fearlessness in the Jnanis, that Brahman asti. Therefore, tasmad tesham avedarsanat asti tat avaya karanam Brahma iti. In this way only it can be told. In no other way it can be. If it is no other way it can be told, it would have been told. The other Upanishads appear to be telling in different way, but when the final point of telling comes, they also have to tell in this way only, in an abstract manner. And once we experience it, it is an experience. No more it is an abstract. It can't be again put in any words. Everybody tried. यार जो गुरु ने हमको बताया ना वेग था, मैं एक बार अनुभव पाऊंगा ना इतना स्पष्ट रूप से बताता हूँ. Once he gets अनुभव, he also will be like that. क्या है electric shock you can't explain? Give me, I'll tell you. You give the shock to me, he will jump and fall, and get about 10 minutes पानी छिड़को. Now ask him, अब कैसा है? He also cannot say. In the same way, this is the only way the Brahman can be talked about. Now, this is all we have seen yesterday. I know that. I am just concluding it. Ki kada asa abhayam gata bhavati sadakaha. Conclusion. When will be the sadhaka reaches to fearlessness? Yada na anyat pashyati atmanicha antaram vedam na kurute tada abhayam gata bhavati tyavipraya. It is summary. He is seeing the whole world, yet he is not seeing the world as other than him. Point 1. 2. He is feeling his individuality, yet that individuality is not apart from Brahman. The sense of otherness with the seen world, the feeling of being apart from the self inside, when these two are transcended, we are one, both cases, then we are abhayangataha. This is called the reaching of the abhaya pratishtha sthiti. So the world is seen but without sense of difference, of otherness. So too, I remain as individual but without being away from the Brahman. That is the meaning of ki yada na anyat pashyati. He is not seeing anyone as other than himself. Atmanicha antaram ya bhedam na kurute. He is not finding his difference from the Brahman. So sense of dual otherness with the world, sense of being apart from the self. When both are transcended, tada abhayangata bhavati tyavipraya. See, think this thought 2-3 times. Within myself, aham brahma swarupa asmi. Yet I have individuality to function. While functioning with individuality in the world, I have thousands of names and forms to see. and different ways to interact with them. And yet, I am not finding any one of them other than me. While the outer vyavahara is going on, then he will not be in the bhaya. He will be in the bhaya, abhaya pratishtha, even though he is doing vyavahara with the people as if they are separate, and even though he is functioning through the upadhis and acting as if he is limited, yet that bhaya will not be there because the experience is of that one without second Brahman. Like Puja Gurudev. So, how he is finding himself with himself, how he is finding himself with the people around. He is talking. When a good, genuine disciples are there, he is loving, guiding. Nautanki hai, he will scold them. So to the committee members, whoever are doing work hard, he will appreciate them. So outside he is doing, but is he finding the otherness with all of them? If he is finding, then he is not Abhay Pratishtha or Brahma Pratishtha. So interactions are going on at the surface level. Is it not? Or the outer level. These upadhis are functioning with those upadhi. But beneath the bottom level, the self in him, me in is the self in all of them. Therefore, there is no sense of difference at that level. Therefore, Abhaya Pratishtha. Therefore, he'll have no fear whether to scold someone or love someone. That is Vyavaharik. Inside is one. So too, he himself with his own identity, card, that's how he can get a plane, and a boarding that all. He has got his name, his gender, age, nationality, religion, all have to be mentioned for everyone. Then only the computer will give ticket. And when he enters into the plane, he'll have to sit in the seat allotted only. So then what is he then? When he is interviewed, he'll have to say has come from India and all. So does it mean that he is maintaining that individuality separate from Brahman? Think. So when somebody inquires, he will give his details. I am so and so. But heart in heart, these are all the upadhikrita details given for the sake of transaction. But I am inside Nirupadhika Brahman. So when the separation is not there from the Brahman within, though functioning through the upadhis, when the otherness is not there with the world, though various relations and transactions are done, that state is called as Avaya Pratishtha. And that's possible only when that common substratum behind the world, common substratum behind me, as that Brahman is established in. And we have to aim at that. All these things we understand, but when it comes to reaching to the self, again there we stumble and tumble. That's because the theoretical knowledge is not pakka and the purification is also not there. Interest to do sadhana is not there, and there's always fear that I have to sacrifice this or that, but I am enjoying my sleep, I'm enjoying my food, I'm enjoying the world. How can I leave these things? This we don't utter with the mouth. But that's the meaning of not getting up at 4 o'clock and meditating. That's the meaning of not foregoing the tea, coffee, breakfast and sitting for meditation. We don't say, but we do it. Reversely also, need not say just to do today whole day Upasam, I'll be only trying to establish an Abhaya Pratishtha. That's called sadhana. करो वो करेगा तो वो मिलेगा ये करोगे तो ये मिलेगा ये परमानेंट है वो टेम्पररी डन therefore सर्वतः निर्भयाः ब्राह्मणाः दृश्यन्ते सत्सु भयेतेषु तत् अयुक्तम् असति भयति ब्राह्मणे. If that bhaya removal Brahman is not there in that brahmanas, in spite of the bhaya hetus, being fearless would have not been possible. Therefore tasmat tesham avaya darshanat asti tat avaya karanam brahma iti. Therefore for them the abhaya karana Brahman is very much there. So through the abhaya also the Brahma astitva only is proved. So wherever is abhaya, Brahma is there. Wherever is ananda, Brahman is there. Wherever trupti, that proves Brahman. Wherever there is rasa, that proves Brahman. Wherever there is sukritam, that proves Brahman. Wherever the nama rupa are there, that all proves Brahman. Therefore, for a person who studied Upanishad thoroughly, every expression is reminder of Brahman, and who has not studied, every expression is reminder of the world. Therefore, the Upanishad क्या करती है? दृष्टिम ज्ञानमयम करती है. Thereafter क्या होगा? प्रश्चेत ब्रह्ममयम जगत होगा automatically. When I develop this jnana drushti of the Upanishad, Jagat entire will be seen by me as only Brahman. That is called the beauty of achievement. If Jnana ka drushti nahi bana by studying Shastra, etc., then Jagat is taken as real, not as Brahma. When the Jagat is real with its multiplicity, all samsara is true and real. Just like a movie. In that, how really they act. And when we also see the movie, we also see as if it is really happening. And suffer going through all emotions there. This is a beauty, this mantra. Now the second aspect of yada hi eva esha etasmin udaram antaram kurute ata tasya bhayam bhavati. Okay, little distance he maintains from Brahman, he will get fear. Fear from where? That Brahman only. So, if he maintains oneness with Brahman, he will get fearlessness. Fearlessness from where? From Brahman only. Therefore, the cause of fearlessness in Vidwan is Brahma, Brahma Asti. So, to the cause of fear in the Avidyavan or Ajnani is also Brahman, therefore Brahma Asti. What is Avidwan? Maintaining distance from Brahman. Udaramantaram Kurute. Little difference. जैसे कपड़े का भी ना जब तक वो बढ़िया इंटैक्ट रहता है इंटैक्ट थोड़ा फट गया ना आप देखो इधर उधर फंस घिस के धीरे धीरे हो इट गेट्स टॉर्न इनटू मोर एंड मोर is it not your car also 5 years very nice smooth running you didn't even need to get it for servicing but routine you gave only for check but एक बार इधर उधर होना शुरू किया gone so too with wife and husband first 2 3 years so lovingly they mad for each other. But little bit ego overtakes, selfishness overtakes, little doubt about other person comes that other person is interested in himself more than me. Slowly, slowly, then Dhum Dhadaka starts. Please remember, every relation is healthily maintained when you cater to the need of that person more than your selfishness. The moment little selfishness overpowers her, then the relation starts getting disturbed. एट द मेच्योर लेवल बचपन में तो ठीक है छोटे बच्चे हैं आपके यू डोंट एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम देम एनीथिंग इट्स ओके बट एज दे ग्रो टू देव 16 18 20 these fellows are not at all helping you and still expecting you to do their whole work including setting the bag to go to school and all you'll find that antara this fellow is lazy and all then you start becoming angry and scolding. But that child knows, let us say, matured. Now I have grown up. I also do my work and help mother. If he does it, that antaram will not come. Then the life is smoother. In between you and me also. I am fully concerned, waiting that the people are waiting for the class. So let me go and do it. You are also concerned. Yes, Swami is talking for our sake only. As long as this is maintained, our coming to class is so beautiful, so regular. Small little things of some delay here and there, or you are absent 1 hour today, doesn't bother at all. It's you don't even touch only because there's no antara. But little doubt you have in the subject or in me as a speaker or the way I am speaking, little doubt we have, then thereafter, not when God can push you to class. Nor I also, get a doubt little bit. I also cannot be regular in taking the classes. So therefore, everywhere, little antaram brought, the differences are created. Thereafter, we cannot be together. Is it not? So therefore, don't allow the antaram to come even in Vyavahara. If you are seeking that Vyavaharika mutual relational life, and you need it also in the world, is it not? Even we don't need anybody in the world in that way, in our sadhana. Yet for transaction we need, because we can't do be all alone living. At the time of transaction, we say have to see that antaram need not come, should not come. Then the vyavahar jitna chahiye wo chalta rahe. So here also that is what is the beautiful thing spoken. After this is said, when will he become without fear? It is being said कि न अन्यत् पश्यति आत्मनिशान्तरं vedam न कुरुते तदा अभयं गतो होति. So remember, the acme of Vedantic experience is what? Is in the same world with same upadhis. Is in the same world with the same people around. But the difference is what? Earlier Brahman was not at all in the picture. Now he has experienced Brahman as himself as well as the world. Therefore, with the world, though he is transacting, as a bottom line, he knows they are the same Brahman which I am. Therefore, there is no anyat pashyati, anyat vijanat. So too, with the Brahman inside, antaram na kurute, he doesn't feel himself as an isolated jiva with the upadhi, though he is working. Jivatva expressing, jiva bhava is not there. Individuality through the upadhi is expressing, but it is not crystallizing itself to separate from the Brahman. So too, in the Vyavahara, Vyavaharic individuality is expressing, and accordingly the relation with the people are establishing is the mother, mother, father, father, brother, brother, sab chal raha, but no anyatva deep in the core of heart, because beyond that upadhi also Brahman, this upadhi also is Brahman, I am already in that Brahman, therefore deeply sense of otherness is not there. He is called a Abhaya Pratishtita. Very beautiful it is. And the other things, the consequence of finding is oneness, that we only love, we only serve, we only sacrifice, we don't become egoistic, selfish. ये सब फिर बच्चों की बात. That all need not be reminded again and again at this level. At this level, they are obvious things. That is why the Abhayam comes. Other person may not be understanding all that, they may misbehave, but he will not get disturbed because he is not seeing the upadhi or upadhi's action or reactions. He is seeing substrat. He himself is not in the upadhis. And anybody troubles me, only at the upadhi level they trouble. I am not the upadhi. Therefore, it doesn't touch me. Therefore, I don't need to react. That's how anything comes out from the world. He just forgives them. He doesn't even notice to forgive. Even the God comes and asks him, "Oh Mahatmaji, others are scolding you. Should I punishment them or should I punish them or should I forgive them?" He says, "Oh God, I have not even noticed it. I am at your feet remembering you." The Prahlada. He never found any fault with his father. Never asked, "स्वामी और दो लगाओ और तीन लगाओ." ऐसे नहीं कहा उन्होंने नृसिंह भगवान को, मुझे इतना तंग किया पापा ने. He, on the other hand, said, "Please, he has done such a terrible crime of hating you, trying to kill you, and your devotee me troubled. He deserves so much of Naraka. But, oh Lord, please see that he is not sent to Naraka." That is greatness of Prahlada. भगवान said, यार 21 पीढ़ियां तर गए हैं तुम्हारे, 21 एकविंशति, because of you, such a great bhakta when you are born. So those type of topics help here in understanding how Prahlada was discovering the Narayana in himself and everyone. Therefore, there is no antarang kurute. Therefore, there is no bhayam for him, dvesham for him, krodham from him. Any emotions were not there. Because they are only at the surface level of non-discovering one substratum. In one substratum, they are not there. They cannot be there. एकता में ये सब होते नहीं ना. ये सब जहाँ अनेकता होता है तभी ये सब इमोशंस होते हैं. And love, forgiveness are the signs of oneness. I love someone because I find oneness. Wherever I find oneness, naturally the love flows. Beautiful they are all. Now the other thing is what? Yada punaha avidya avasthayam hi yasmad yeshaha avidyavan avidyaya pratyupastapitam vastu taimirika ditiya chandravat pashyati atmani cha etasmin brahmani ut api aram अल्पमपि अंतरम छिद्रम भेद दर्शनम कुरुते भेद दर्शनम एव हि भय कारणम अल्पमपि भेदम पश्यति इति अर्थः अतः तस्मात् भेद दर्शनात् हेतोः अस्य भेद दर्शिनः आत्मनः भयं भवति तस्मात् आत्मा एव आत्मनः भय कारणम अविदुषः. Same thing, but in the contrast is told. Unless that is told, the thing is not clearly understood. When I discover oneness with Brahman, Abhaya Pratishtha ho gaya. Opposite of it, with that Brahman, even little antaram I will have fear. When both are reconciled again and again, then we come to conclusion that I must establish in that Brahman no more antara, no more bhaya. This is a big paragraph, okay? I am not satisfied with that explanation of Bhashyam, though we touched it yesterday. Therefore, we will take some time. If not today, tomorrow. The thing is what? Yada punaha. Okay, so second line, yada hi eva esha etasmin उतरम अंतरम कुरुते अत तस्य भयम भवति. That second sentence का meaning हम दोबारा देख रहे हैं. Never mind, very crucial topic of our spiritual life, so nothing wrong in repeating it and getting strong knowledge. So yada punaha, again, because punaha again, other thing, option. What about avidya avasthayam hi? When the Brahman is not known, ब्रह्म का अविद्या है हमारे पास, we have not established in Brahman, क्या होता है? अविद्यावान. When we very strongly we are established in avidya, such avidyavan you and I, avidyaya prastupavastapitam, that which is established or brought or presented in front of us because of avidya, vastu, which is that these upadhis and the other upadhis. How it is like Taimirika Dvitiya Chandravat. Like Taimirika Dvitiya Chandra, Chandra is one, he never became two. But because the Taimirika, the cataract problem, immediately blurred vision, you start seeing two moons, two suns, everybody has two. So are the people two there? No. It is a problem in the vision. So too, because of the avidya, when non-existing duality, when he starts seeing, please, because of avidya only this is. Why? Because in the vidya, it is always of Brahman. Brahman is one without second. Therefore, in Brahma Vidya, there is no chance of Dvaitatva or Dvitiyata. ब्रह्म का विद्या नहीं है तो ही तैमिरिक चंद्र के समान दो दिखते हैं, दो होते नहीं. पश्यति, not asti tatra. He is seeing it. So Brahman is actual asti, it is not pashyati. Jagat is pashyati, it is not asti. Therefore, asti Brahma, when you know, you will not pashyati jagat as other than Brahma. Asti Brahma, if you don't know, then jagat will be pashyati, will see it as if other than me and Brahman. So, therefore, taimirika dvitiya chandravat pashyati atmani cha etasmin brahmani ud api aram alpam api antaram chidram bheda darshanam kurute. Okay, remember the Taimirika second Chandra has come. In the same way, avidya avashase, other than this Brahma, other than the Atma, some otherness he has created. An isolated little aham rupi individuality. Okay, that is called a chidram veda darshanam kurute. The moment he thinks he is not Brahman, even little, immediately from that Brahman only comes fear. And the Maya so quickly works. So when I isolate from the Brahman as Jiva, immediately the whole world of million Jivas are presented in front of me. Then with all of them also the Bheda Darshanam. So shuru ho gaya samsar. It's just like when we wake up from the sleep. In the sleep I am not other than Brahman, but I don't know it. Therefore there is no Jagat also other than Brahman. Therefore there is no Bheda Darshanam or samsar. The moment I get up, I am separate from that Brahman in me. Therefore, immediately the world also separate other than me. Then with the world there is samsara, with the Paramatma there is always bhaya. Think how important is this thought. So Taimirika Dvitiya Chandravata Pashyati Atmanicha Etasmin Brahmani. What it is? Ud api. Ud means api. Aram means alpam. Api. So ud therefore api, aram means alpam. दोनों मिल गया हो तो अल्पम अपि अंतरम. अंतरम is छिद्रम, gap, means bheda darshanam kurute chet. The moment the bheda darshanam comes, bheda darshanam eva hi bhaya karanam. Alpam api bhedam pashyati iti artha. Alpam means minute, micro, little doubt I am not Brahman. इतना काफी है. Little doubt I am a jiva. इतना भी काफी है. Then भेद आ गया उससे. Then bhaya starts. अतः therefore तस्मात् भेद दर्शनात् हेतोः, because of that hetu of भेद दर्शनम, asya भेद दर्शिनः, of the person who is finding himself separate from that Brahman, atmanah bhayam bhavati, he finds fear in himself. Therefore, who is the cause of fear? Tasmat atma eva atmanah bhaya karanam. Self alone is the cause of fear for this avidushaha, ignorant person, because he is finding separateness from that self. Therefore, Vidwan ke liye abhay karanam is Brahma. Avidwan ka abhay karanam bhi Brahma. Therefore, Brahma asti va nasti va asti. So, in this, as much first thing we have thoroughly understood, the Ekatva with Brahma. The second one is more crucial because we are lost in that. That as long as we maintain even slightest of the difference between Brahman and me, that I consider I am not Brahman, that is enough, the Veda Darshanam, to create Bhayam. Therefore, the Bhaya Rahitya is equal to Samsara Rahitya. If you want to gain the Bheda Rahitya sthiti, you have to reach to. Therefore, through the meditation, by transcending Panchakoshas, we have to find our identity with that Abhedam Brahma, Ekameva Advayam Brahma. देख लो. More listening, more contemplation, more subtlety, more clarity will come to us. Okay. तत् एतद् आह तद् ब्रह्म तु एव भयं वेददर्शिनः विदुषः ईश्वरान्यः मत्तः अहमन्यहंसारी इति एवं विदुषः भेददृष्टम् ईश्वराख्यं तदेव ब्रह्म अल्पमपि अन्तरं कुरुतः भयं भवति एकत्वेन मन्वानस्य तस्मात् विद्वानपि अविद्वान् एव असौ यः अयम् एकम् अभिन्नम् आत्मतत्त्वं न पश्यति. ये कहकर then for the eighth anuvaka there will be introduction is given that uchcheda hetu darshanadhi uchchedyabhimatasya bhayam bhavati anuchchedyo uchcheda hetu tatra asati uchcheda hetu uchchedya na tad darshanam karyam bhayam yuktam sarvam cha jagat bhayavad drishyate tasmad jagata bhayasnad gamyate nunam tadasti bhaya karanam uchcheda hetu anuchchedyatmakam yatah jagat viveti iti tadetasmin abhi arte ehashah shloka bhavati iti saptama anuvakaha. This great important topic is there. 2 paragraphs. This one, Tattu eva bhayam vidusho manvanasya, that has to be explained. Then, Bhishasma dvada pavate, which is in the 8th Anuvaka, uska introduction dena hai, connecting both the Anuvakas. Very, very crucial thoughts they are. 10-15 minutes lagega, maybe half an hour. We will listen them and then enter into another enchanting 8th Anuvaka. That also very, very important. For a true spiritual seeker to be clear in the understanding about the Brahman and its oneness, etc., then only what sadhana to be done will be understood. It's only changing our attitudes, changing only our intentions and opinions, that's the sadhana. Nothing physical to be done. Physical हो गया कर्म योग भक्ति योग अष्टांग योग उसके बाद ही वेदांत. After Vedanta is only Jnana Marga, where we just with the gained new knowledge, thorough knowledge, authentic knowledge, all the ignorances we drop, ignorant way of behavior we drop. That's it. It takes some time. Give that time. That's it. It will be done. Thank you. We'll see tomorrow. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarashibhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Shruti Matre Namaha Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you.